In the late 1800s, we've seen a lot of immigrants coming here from the old country, from Europe, from Scandinavia. Well, this is a Scandinavian family. They endured the hardships of crossing the ocean, coming to this country, a new beginning. The river boats to bring them up the Nooksack River into Ferndale. They built their homes here. They built a life here. This is one settler's immigrant story. This is the Aker Farm. This is Grandpa Aker. Barn was built in 1889. His grandson worked for him until he went into the Marine Corps. And when he got out in the early 60s, he bought this place. Started out a little bitty barn, milking 30 cows. It's a little run down now. No cows in it. That man had a lifetime of working here. Power box. This was a flat barn, stanchions. He told me that when he started here, he carried the milk in cans from the parlor into the milk house to dump into the tank. Both ends are blowed out of the barn. They're gone. You look, there was a basketball hoop in there. So they played basketball in the loft. This old barn ain't got many more years. It's about done. There's another shed out the back here. You can still see parts of the walls and the ceiling. The roof came in on it. It's a fair good sized barn. Oh, looky there. He left his phone number on the wall, so the milker could call him for an emergency. Old silo. That was a silage house. Nothing left in there now. This was the old barn where he started from. And down there is the new barn. See, here's a better look into the loft. Both ends are gone. There's nothing holding that ceiling up. That roof is coming down. The northeast wind blows pretty bad through here. This was the barnyard. 2 more silos. As we go into the loafing shed of the new barn, it's been gutted out. The feeder's been gone. Used to be a feeder down the center. It had rung stalls. You can see the mounts for the braces. It had rung stalls down both sides. So he milked 300 cows here. His herd grew. So this isn't hay, this is actually straw. And I'm not sure if somebody's using it for bedding or if they're letting it decompose to use for mushrooms, because there are mushroom farms around here and they're always looking for a place to store musty, wet, damp bales of straw so it will decompose. Makes for good bedding for the mushrooms. And I think that's what this is. If I come around the edge here, you see down the center, there's the feeder. That part they kept, but it used to go all the way down to the other end. Now, mind you, this barn was built in the early 80s, late 70s. But by 84, he was out of business. He wanted to retire. He sold all of his cows. His acreage is leased out to berry farmers now. Big barn for, I think he said this was built in 78. He was going full bore by 80. So this would have been a medicine alley. Had a locker right there, head stanchion. So if the cows coming out needed to be bred or treated or looked at closer, they would be stopped there. And this is actually a holding pen. Now this is a run up to the back of the parlor. So it had big roller doors. So each one of them roller doors would open up and that would be a gangway in and out for that alley. Now this is the side of the new parlor, built in the late 70s. And this was kind of a fancy parlor. Now this farm was one of 3 of the biggest farms of Whatcom County in the late 70s, early 80s. And this parlor was really fancy. It looked like some kind of hacienda. That's all original windows and original door. Somebody tried to make a house out of it. They had apartments in it at one time. That little barn all the way down there started all of this. Well, thank you, Mr. Aker, for letting me traipse around your farm. This stone stands to mark the earth where a Norwegian youth Knut B. Aker established his homestead April 14th, 1886, and struck with an axe strength and vision to turn a wilderness into productive soil. Through the years, with the help of God, sturdy energy, and determination, he realized his dream, produced a life marked by abundance and happiness as he marched forward with America. In 1850, New Aker retired and leaves his memorial to remind the youth of today that the future is bright and the earth a willing ally for those with the will to do.